Welcome to Lesson 2 of Medical Charting for Clarity. These simple lessons contain information from my book, the Handbook of Medical Charting. The handbook focuses on how to write medical charts clearly and concisely to optimize communication. Clear communication is important in both the clinical and medical legal realms. In this lesson, we'll focus on specific tips for clarity. We will focus on 4 tips in this lesson. Omit needless words, use the active voice, pay attention to your format, and proofread your charts. Some of these may be familiar from your grammar school days. Even though these skills may have atrophied as you haven't thought about them for many years, they are still useful to you today as you write your medical charts. Omit needless words. This is classic teaching. Too many words make a chart difficult to read. Needless details can make a chart unfocused, can make it take longer to read, and can make it take longer to write. Ask yourself, what are the essential details? Too many details can bury your story. Your leaders will literally have to go digging through the details to get to the point you are trying to get across. Instead, the details should support your story. Your story should be a logical conclusion to the details. In your prose, use only what you need to demonstrate your point. Take a look at this example. I've bolded the repeated words. There are a lot of them. Arguably, these words are needless. You have limited time and limited energy. Why repeat yourself unless you have to? What is the active voice? The active voice puts the actor first and the acted upon second. The active voice is quicker to read, which saves both time and energy. In general, avoid its opposite, the passive voice. The passive voice places the acted upon first and the actor second. Some examples will illustrate this better. The upper sentence is in the passive voice. Notice how it takes up more space, needs more typing, takes more time to read, and took me more time to write. The version in the active voice, however, is shorter, took less time to read, and less time for me to write. Pay attention to your format. Formatting your chart well makes a difference. Remember that someone else has to read it later. Ask yourself, is this easy to read? This is the prose from our previous example. The upper version is more cluttered. The lower version separates the last sentence by a single space. This is the only difference in this prose. However, the single space makes the prose easier to read. Lastly, reread what you've written. Remember that you are telling a story to someone else. Ask yourself, is your story clear and easy to follow? If not, you might have to rewrite it until it is. Proofreading goes a long way towards clarity. For more details, check out my book, The Handbook of Medical Charting, and thanks again.